So does anyone have any
I have a question.
answers for my questions? Yeah.
You had, I wrote it down, you had a line that repeated in two different...
Look at me, I love you.
Yeah! Is that, do we not want to talk about that?
No, sure.
Okay. So where is yeah.
Well, the line is now in both manuscripts, right? It's in the Power of the Vulnerable Body from the Vital System, which is coming out from Tupelo Press in 2012. And I was looking back through these poems as I was thinking ahead to the new manuscript. And I passed by that line, look at me, I love you. And it's so textured memory for me, and textured as a just occurrence in poetry as well, that you pay attention, that I couldn't help but use the line again, and I might use it again. But just to have a pause like that in poetry and address an other is really important for both of those poems, and for the speaker of the poems to hear it really.
Nice.
Yeah.
Anyone other than me?
I'm going to ask you a question. Doesn't Larry look like Mark Wallace's younger brother?
Oh my gosh. Larry knows Mark Wallace, I'm sure. Yeah,
I got confused when he walked out from behind.
Oh, Mark Wallace in California?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I didn't catch that at first. When I first showed up.
Yeah.
He was out here last year.
Does he look incredibly good looking? Then my answer is yeah.
They're both very handsome men.
When did you start writing music?
Probably shortly after I came out of the womb. I mean, I wasn't able to write. Literally. But I mean, like, I wrote pretty, well, embarrassing songs as young as I can remember. I would just sing everything. Even now, I'm still like walking through the car, doing stuff. You know what I mean? So it just sort of evolved from just always singing and always trying to think of, you know, funny things to say or just expressing myself. Sort of always did it. Yeah.
Two questions. One is, how long have you been playing guitar? Because I'm trying to learn, and I just like confess, you were just fantastic at that alone, as well as your voice and your lyrics and everything. But just to see you do that, I'm like in awe. Because if you've ever tried, it looks really easy. Ha ha ha. So how long have you been playing?
Yeah, I tried a lot of times without it sounding like that. If it makes you feel any better. Well, how old am I? Let's see, I'm 23. I started when I was a freshman in high school.
Tiny, so like, is that what you're saying?
Yes.
And my question for you is do you have any writers that influence your work?
Oh, yes. Probably mostly the New York School poets like Frank O'Hara and John Ashbery, Nick Dembski.
Who was also part of the New York School.
When I hear your work, David Sedaris came to mind.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Thank you.
So
I tried to write funny or inventive fiction. It didn't really work out so well. But, I don't know.
Telling the truth, that's the biggest fiction.
What's that?
Telling the truth is the biggest fiction.
Yeah.
That's very true. Yeah.
So
I personally like using words as verbs that aren't normally, so that, you know, all your split infinitives or whatever is just more part to me. It's hard to come up with some questions because I'm in awe of all three of these. Really nice night.
thanks.
Well, anybody else before Linus?
One more. Racine. Were you aware that some of the poems that you had, especially the ones about your sister and the animals, some of the art is very, I think there's a cross-section between the art that's hanging here tonight, but I wanted to mention it to you afterwards. But there's one specifically there, I think that one's called The Day I Found Out, the last day I saw my dad alive.
and it's a picture of like a dead.
Oh, then
Oh.
the BP thing
Yeah.
earlier was really not
Well,
a good thing.
You
No, when I saw it,
might wanna
But
explain.
I immediately, when I heard the poem about hitting the deer about your sister, that's why.
yeah, that was the messiest morning. I mean, when I my brother actually took my car to get washed. I mean, being a poet, I was like, well, it can stay like this.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Comfortable
but
with that.
yeah, I mean, that blood was in there, and I literally felt everything as it passed under the car. It was an amazing moment. But I do have birds in some of my poems as well because when the day my sister died, there was this cardinal that kept running itself into the windows, into the French doors off of our veranda, and sort of, I guess in the Southern mythology, birds can be a symbol of a death. And ever since then, I try to stay very aware of that, or by that experience, I've become very aware of animals in a way.
And how nature enters into our
Mhm.
sphere and tries to warn us or tell us
Yes,
things.
definitely. Thanks.
All right, I want to say thank you so
Thank you.
much to our performers and thank you so much.
Thank you.